because you can't have one without the other. Unearthly, history, and paranormal investigation.
The night before our investigations, we took an exciting and truly informative haunted tour throughout the entire city of New Orleans. Through our amazing tour guide, we learned about this next haunted location and the activity there, so we had to add it to our list to investigate ourselves. She informed us the name Peter has come through multiple times for others who have done sessions there, so we take note.
Well, I tell you what, Christine, it's gotten a lot better out here since early this morning, that's for sure. You can still see the canals are pretty high, and if you look out on the bank, you can probably see that debris. That's how high the water got earlier, but it's come down since early this morning, as you can tell.
So just to give you an idea of the issues that a lot of people are facing, especially with the rain events over the last few days, this is Ferret Street in between Dublin on one end and South Carrollton on the other. And each time it's rained over the past 7 or so days, this has happened. They call this either Bayou Ferret or Lake Ferret.
The terrifying search for the missing crew would end up going until the 20th of April. Sadly, out of the 19, only 5 were able to be saved and 6 found. U.S. News reports the painstaking investigation will take up to 2 years. We hear about this story on our last day in New Orleans, and it truly put in perspective how dangerous and volatile the Gulf weather can be all year round.
The Charity Hospital opened May 10, 1736, as part of the final wishes of Jean-Louis, a French sailor and shipbuilder, as a means to help the impoverished people of New Orleans. The hospital had 6 locations throughout its history, beginning in the French Quarter, and eventually finding a final location on Tulane Street in 1832. Less than 30 years later, in 1858, a yellow fever epidemic tore through New Orleans. During that year, 11,000 were seen by the Charity Hospital. 2,727 patients were admitted, and 1,382 of them never returned home after being admitted. A nearby potter's field that had been established in 1848 became the final home for some of the victims of the yellow fever epidemic, unmarked and layered upon one another. Charity Hospital continued to run until one of the most devastating storms of U.S. history hit the shore of New Orleans, only to be followed by the levee breaking and the flooding of over 80% of the city within minutes in late August of 2005.
Buildings have collapsed. There are reports from New Orleans of people trapped in buildings that have come down around them. They have made desperate calls.
This event was so tragic that even saying the name Katrina still brings up unbearable pain for many. To this day, when someone in New Orleans talks about the storm, it's understood exactly which one is meant.
Well, there's the Gulf of Mexico right there, coming into our parking lot.
Words like cataclysmic, disastrous, and tragic come to mind when one thinks of Hurricane Katrina.
I know we are certainly not anywhere close to the worst of it, but I mean, how much longer are we going to be seeing these kind of winds?
But no single word truly feels like it accurately encompasses what the people of New Orleans experienced in those late August days of 2005. After upgrading Hurricane Katrina to a Category 5 on August 28th, the National Weather Service's New Orleans office issued a statement that the area where the storm was set to make landfall would be, quote, uninhabitable for weeks. This statement led to the necessary evacuations of over 1.2 million people. Some people who were unable or unwilling to evacuate became trapped in New Orleans due to the bridges being washed out. Many people that attempted to flee were trapped in hours-long traffic jams on the only remaining road leading out of the city. Over 26,000 residents were evacuated to the Superdome on August 28th.
So they don't have a handle on the death toll, but certainly the damages here are extensive and troubling.
Hurricane Katrina hit land in the morning of August 29th and continued to pummel the city for hours. Nearly 1,600 Louisianans died as a result of Hurricane Katrina and the flood that followed. 135 of them are still categorized as missing. Despite the tragedies, the people of New Orleans care for each other on both sides of the Veil. The Hurricane Katrina Memorial in New Orleans was built in 2007. This memorial area is shaped like a hurricane spiral, and in the arms of the spiral are 6 mausoleums that contain the remains of those who were unclaimed after the storm.
So, man, I couldn't believe the amount of people that were buried here.
So many. You want to just start up the session?
Yeah, sure. You said the name Peter comes through a lot.
There's somebody out here named Peter that likes to talk. Is there anybody out here that wants to say anything to us? Oh, man's voice.
Whoa.
What's your name? Peter. Peter. How old are you? That was good. My name's Jane. Can you tell me how old you are? That's good.
Astonishingly, right after starting the session, we received the name Peter twice through the spirit box.
Peter. That's good. Where are you? Can you tell me? You're right here. That's good. That's good. Can you tell us about the person that comes out here and talks to you? Do other people come out here? Do you like it when we try to talk to you? It's the same man's voice going to do consistently.
Why are you here? Is there anybody else besides Peter here?
Is there anybody else that wants to talk? Come tell me your name. Where are you? I can try to walk to you. Okay, so something deep came through like right here, and then like my skirt got cold underneath. Where are you? I can try to walk to you. Okay, so something deep came through like right here, and then like my skirt got cold underneath. Was that you?
Oh yeah, shadow figures have been seen here too.
Yeah. Yo, it sounds like somebody said. So,
you guys happy?
are you happy that you're here?
Are you happy your city is taking care of you in some way or another?
Yeah. Do you know where you are? You're very responsive. That's good.
Is that Peter?
Are there any kids out here?
It's a whole bunch.
Yeah. Can I talk to one of the kids that's out here?
At the same time, that's very sad.
No? Can you tell me about the trees? Tell me about these. Can you tell me what city you're in?
6.
What city is this?
Because there's different wards, I wonder if it says 6.
It said 6, yeah.
What?
We'll have to figure it out, yeah.
In fact, when we take a look at our location on Google Earth and throw the map of the wards on top, we can see the 6th ward is actually in very close proximity to where we are. So it's highly possible that anyone who lived in the 6th ward would get buried here.
I swear to God, I just saw someone walk behind us.
Me too. That's what
It was like someone in white with like a dragon behind them, like a long
Yeah,
like, coat
because I
train.
was like, okay, somebody's walking, you gotta be careful.
And it was like right as the trees shook the water down too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
No,
Is
I
there?
looked right over there.
Who is that? Who just walked by us?
Oh,
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
yeah, I was gonna ask that earlier, like, is there anything bad here?
Is there anything here we should be afraid of?
Seems like they probably take care of themselves.
Somebody say, yep. What's out here that we should be afraid of?
Somebody probably put some protection on the floor.
Yeah. Is this land protected? Is this area protected?
Layers and
They got
layers of...
quiet when I
Whoa.
asked that.
Oh,
And it's been so chatty. They got quiet when I asked that. Tell me about the protection around here. What's protecting this land? The ward?
yeah, it sounded like something with a W, like wolf, ward.
The wolf. Yes, the wolf. Maybe a wolf spirit of some sort.
Yeah.
Is it okay that we're out here talking to you and asking questions?
It's like really quiet.
So, can you tell me what this area is back here? Can you tell me what it's for? No? You can't tell me what it's for? Are you sure?
Is it too new for you to know? I don't know what kind of question that is.
16 years.
Yeah. Because it might be like too recent for it to be like, to even know.
Does anybody know what that is behind us?
Whoa.
That was really direct. Hi.
How are you?
Do you want to talk to Bert? Who wants to talk to Bert?
No problem. Hello? Is Peter still here with us? Oh, I thought I saw something over there. Quiet. I feel like there's something like walking around me. I couldn't tell if it was the sense playing games with my eyes. No, it's not doing that anymore. Whoa.
Ask what's around you.
Is there something else around me right now? Is there something around me right now?
It's cold under my skirt again.
It's me. Maybe. Who's touching Jane? And just a reminder, you cannot touch us. We are here to talk to you and we want to find out about you, but we can't leave with you. Oh, I saw it again, but it was on the other side of the fence. It was like white. Kind of like if like somebody was on the other side going like this. Kind of like.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looked like. Was that Peter?
Or was that the Guardian?
Is that the Guardian? Or Protector? Oh. It's not on. What is your name? Why are you here?
Whoa.
Why are you here?
Whoa.
I mean, we don't mean to cause any trouble. We have this means of talking to you, so we want to know more about you. We mean the most respect we can. Oh, hey, fly. Thank you for talking to us. I'm going to hand you back over to Jane, okay?
Alright, do you want to talk to me or are you tired?
Oh.
Are you tired? Do you want to keep going? Are you touching my leg? So I want to know who keeps touching underneath my skirt. It's on my leg and it's just like cold air that's underneath my dress. Who's doing that?
It's like
there it goes again.
Now that it's like raining or not raining.
It's like ice cold under my dress.
And it's like getting a lot warmer since it's not raining anymore.
Uh-huh. Where am I going if I go through here? What's through here? Can you come through here, Peter? It sounded muffled.
Maybe we're like.
Do you have to stay over here?
I feel like that.
My ghosty elbow. Are you touching my elbow? You got real quiet. Why are you so quiet?
So save your energy and give us a good, loud reply. Just one last.
Give us one final word.
said New Orleans, but
I thought it was go away, like a real deal, like go away. All right, loud and clear. All right, thank you so much.
what?
The trees shook just out of nowhere, that one.
I thought it. Yeah, I was like,
And all the
thought I heard something.
droplets sort of going off of it. All right, so thank you for whoever communicated to us. It's time for us to go. It's time for you to stay here. We appreciate the work we did today with you. And we hope to see you sometime soon, but on each other's terms.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Peter and Protector.
Everyone who came, thank you.
Everybody that's here really appreciates you.
It's a whole different sensation when you turn off the spirit box. Like, I had no idea there was anything running behind us.
Yeah, right.
Like,
No, it's super loud.
And like the cars, like you can kind of hear like the down of the highway. Like
It's like you get in like a little dome
Yeah.
of using the spirit box. Like it creates this kind of
communication dome.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of was it Get Smart, where they would have like the dome of secrecy go over? That's kind of what it reminds me of.
I need to watch that.
Go back to the
Man, and this wall, like, I mean, I know it's probably like for flood purposes, but
That's crazy.
I feel like it's also like a barricade.
And it's between
For
two
the spirits.
cemeteries. Like that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
Is that it's like between the two cemeteries.
Just knowing that it's layers and layers of people buried.
And they don't even know.
Yeah, it's just